Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, my little corner of the internet, Pen here. Today I'm going to be reading chapter 1 of Atsushi Saving Magic. This is the second part because the first part was a prologue. I don't know why I decided to do that, but anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into the book. I wake up to the feeling of rope being tightened on my hands behind my back. Dazed and confused, I raise my head off at the ground, finding myself in a dark room with a single dim light above my head swaying ever so slightly. Hearing a cough from behind me, I quickly whip my head around to see the tip of the head of the old man in black from before, seeing what his appeared to be black hair in the corner of my eye. Hi? I said as I tried to give off a confident aura that ended up failing miserably and ended up like a frail child asking a question. The older man says nothing as he walks to the door in front of me, not catching my eye once. As the door closes behind the mystery man, I let out a breath. I didn't know I was holding. I started to fiddle with the ropes on my wrists, making me hiss out in pain. The room was quiet for the longest time, with the only sounds being my heavy breathing and winces of pain filling the air. A part of me wondered if this mystery man wanted me to go insane and out of control. The reasons for them wanting to do that to me were endless, from making me a killing machine to turning me into the Royal Guards and having me executed. However, my thoughts were cut off by the sound of metal scraping against the floor as all of a sudden my attention was focused on the person who entered. Realizing I was still laying down in the fetal position, I tried my best to sit up while having both my hands and feet tied. "Hello?" I asked quickly to the new person, only telling the difference by their silhouette. The mysterious voice spoke up. "So this is the kid Octogao had his eyes on, huh? Well, guess I'm giving him an A+ for this test." I stared at the figure in confusion. "What test?" "Well, the man you met earlier had an assignment to do, and he chose you as the subject." Had I said that out loud? The man gave a hearty laugh and spoke again. "You're still doing it, kid." At that, I shut my mouth quickly as to not let any more questions slip. The two of us stayed in silence for a few seconds before the man walked closer to me. My blood felt cold as I see it was still giving me the option of fight or flight. With the man finally in enough light to make out his main distinguishable features. His brown hair was messy and bandages littered his body, but the most obvious ones were on his throat and face, with one completely covering his left eye. Could he even see out of that eye? Shaking my head to get rid of the out-of-place thought, I look at the man in the eye before immediately retreating as I see the fierce look in his eye. "Now, if I recall correctly, your name's Atsushi Nakajima, correct?" I simply nod my head, tears in my eyes, still not daring to look at him. The bandaged man sighs, crouching in front of me, and grabbed my face enough to make me look at him, but with enough force to make me look at him, but not enough to hurt me. The man's one visible eye glares straight into my soul, glares into mine, as if he was staring right into my soul. Feeling the icy cold feeling go a layer deeper than just my skin. As I try to control my breathing, my vision blows up at the edges. The man simply hums as he lets go of my face and backs up. "Now, Atsushi-kun, I need you to make the choice that could save your life," the man said careful of his tone of voice, making his voice almost sound sickly sweet. I choke on my own words as I try to get some sort of sentence out, a sentence that made some sort of sense out, making the man in front of me laugh before he sat down on the floor, copying my stance. What do you want?" The words finally came out of my mouth. Granted, they were louder and harsher than I expected them to be, but however, the other man didn't seem to mind, as he smiled at me with a slightly softer expression this time. "Octogao reported to me that you come from an orphanage, right?" the man in front of me asked. His face saddened a bit when he asked the question. I nodded my head. He promptly looked away afterwards. Look, I know that as Octagao can be a little rough around the edges. I mean, all of us are. But we know about your magical usage and your grimoire. And we want you to be safe. I look up at the man in skepticism as he continued his speech. Everyone in this group has either great talent or magical capabilities. Now what I'm offering you is for you to join us. We'll train you and provide you with food and shelter in exchange for your help and magic. Or we'll hand you into the royal guards and they'll kill you. My eyes widen in shock. Even though it's common knowledge that you'd be killed if you caught using magic, hearing it from someone that was giving me the ultimatum of life and death made it hit a lot harder than I ever had in the past. I swallowed thickly as I tried to make a choice. I mean, it was obvious what I should do, but what would these people want me to do? I sighed as I made up my mind. I had to live. It was the first time out of the orphanage, and I didn't want it to end here. I'll join you, I said, my voice as determination filled my voice. The man in front of me simply just smiled as he stood up, obviously happy with the answer. The man then made his way behind me and untied the ropes around my wrists and ankles, rubbing them as a release from their constraints. Not knowing what to do once I was released, I stood up looking at the man. Not knowing what to do, after a couple of seconds, he wordlessly gestured for me to follow him. I nodded as the man turned his back away from me and walked towards the door with me in tow. So, sir? The man hummed as he raised his head a little, letting me know he was listening. What's your name? The other man simply laughed as he looked over his shoulder before stopping at the large door. My name is Osamu Dazai, and I'm the leader of the Port Mafia. Thank you everyone for watching through this entire chapter. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed reading it. I know this isn't really a popular one on the channel, as I said at the start of the video. At least I think I said at the start, but anyway, if I didn't. I know that the first video didn't really get that popular, but I just loved writing in this and reading this so much that I just had to share with the world. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, the few people who did. And I'll see you guys later. Make sure to take care of yourself, or I will pull a Dan's hour. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!